Hey everybody, it's Ronnie again. We're still at Jet City Comic Show, and right now we're talking to the wonderful Chris Cibola, who had, did I say that right?
It's close enough.
Sabella.
There you go.
Sabella. Author of Ghost, Dead Letters, what's the other one that I missed?
High Crimes.
High Crimes.
AVP.
Also the Avengers, Aliens versus Predators, Fire and Stone, which is part of a big crossover thing going on right now. And what I'm most excited for, the upcoming Escape from New York. So let's talk about that. How'd you end up getting on that?
I think it's because of Dead Letters. It's a creator-owned book that I'm doing with Boom, and they seem to like what I've been doing on the book. So, and I kind of threatened my editors at Emerald City last year. I was like, because this was after Big Trouble got announced, and I was like, if you get another John Carpenter book and you don't let me pitch for it, like I'm never gonna write for you again. Which wasn't true, but it was the only card I could play. And then an email came through like this summer. They were just like, we have a job we think you might be interested in. And like as soon as I saw Escape from New York, I just replied immediately. I was like, yep, whatever you want, I will do that.
Right on. Do you get to work at all with John Carpenter on it? Or?
No, we run everything by him. It's definitely not the same level of involvement that he had on Big Trouble, where he's like co-plotting stuff, but everything goes past him, and he's more than he'll send along notes on like stuff that he'd like to see. And if John Carpenter asks for it, I'm gonna do my damnedest to make sure that he actually gets what he wants. So.
Right on. So, what are we gonna get to see in terms of the story? Maybe give us any little teasers.
So our first page is basically the last 30 seconds of the film.
So starting right up.
So it's like the president gets up to talk, presses play on the tape, starts playing the music, you see Snake walking away, tearing up the reel tape, and that's our first page. And it's basically like, my whole thing was like, what would actually happen to Snake after, because they give him amnesty, but that's the moment he screws the president over, like, it's like, nope, that's out the window, like, and now, like, you've embarrassed me in front of the entire world, and probably restarted World War III. So it's Snake on the run from the president and the United States police force. And it's kind of my whole mission statement is like, if New York is that screwed up, like, what is the rest of the country like? Like, if that, is considered like our financial capital and like one of the greatest cities in the world, and they turn it into a prison, like, the rest of the world, or the rest of America must be even more screwed up. So
if the greatest city in America is now a prison.
So it's my overall thing is like seeing how Snake reacts to that. So our first arc is Escape from Florida. Because I thought, like, what is the most screwed up state in America? Like, and I'm sure Florida's lovely and there are nice people there, but like, if you just judge it on the news coming out of Florida, like, that is the most messed up state in the world. So, like, it just seemed like a natural to have him go there.
So, where will Escape from LA play into this? Is that non-existent?
No. I mean, continuity-wise, Escape from LA is like 16 years after Escape from New York. So, if we somehow get 16 years of comics out of this, then I'm more than happy to deal with that. But
let's hope.
Oh yeah, no, that would be awesome. But it's not even. I definitely am a fan of that movie, and I like to watch it for inspiration, like between writing scripts. So it's not a case of like I don't like it. It's just it's so far in the future that it'd be pointless to even speculate how it fits into what we're doing.
Okay. Another thing that you're writing, of course, is Dead Letters with Boom also. For those who don't know, what can you tell us about that? Because the first trade paper book just came out also.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of an old school crime thriller, sort of in the style of Miller's Crossing, except it's all set in purgatory. So the main character it starts off as kind of amnesia fiction where he wakes up in a motel room, doesn't know who he is, where he is, and he's being chased by these two warring gangs who he finds out he's dead and that he's in purgatory and God is absent off somewhere else. So these two gangs are fighting to take over all of purgatory and sort of reshape it in their own image. And our guy is sort of like the Yojimbo of the story. Like he's torn between all these different sides and is basically figuring out how to play all sides against the middle and squeak out of it.
You also are doing right now, as I mentioned, that Alien versus Predators Fire and Stone, which is a major like crossover event in a sense. The Prometheus Fire and Stone, the Aliens Fire and Predator. So how did that all come about?
They wanted to like get these franchises going again, so Scott Alley basically put together a writer's room in Portland. And because it was a writer's room, he wanted local writers. So I was lucky enough that he had been talking to Kelly Sue about running the writer's room. And she had put my name in as basically I was the king nerd of Aliens and Predators. And that, like, if nothing else, I would be an amazing encyclopedia to, like, confirm or deny any sort of speculation going on in the room. And yeah, it was right about that time that like High Crime started coming out. So yeah, I was just right place, right time.
So what were we seeing in terms for? Issue 2 just came out on that, right? It's 4 issues.
Yeah.
So what is the Alien versus Predator actually all about?
Well, it's so it's definitely about aliens versus predators, but our two sort of main characters, there's Eldon, who is a sort of synthetic, but like not a synthetic in the same way that like Bishop or David 8 from Prometheus were. Like he's sort of a work drone synthetic, but he gets injected with the black goo from Prometheus by our other main character, Francis, who is basically dying and is sort of using Eldon as a way to see what the black goo will do out of scientific curiosity, and also like as sort of a well, if I'm going to die, like is anything off the table at that point? Like will I inject myself with black goo? Like if it came down to it. So
beware the black goo.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's all very claustrophobic. It all takes place on one spaceship. And it's just. I tried to do the stuff I love best from the Aliens franchise and like all the coolest stuff from the Predators franchise, and not make something that was like either of those AVP movies. That was sort of my big watchword, was like, don't. As long as I don't do as, and I know there are people who love those movies, but I don't. So for me personally, I was just like, I want to do a better job than those movies did of bringing these two things together.
Right on, man. So besides what you've got here, you got anything else coming out after? I've
got some other stuff. I've got some new creator-owned books. I have at least one that's greenlit for next year, and a couple others that I'm getting ready to pitch around. And I have a couple other gigs that are still, I'm not sure when they're coming out. So yeah, I'm not, nothing I can really talk about yet, but it looks like, from my calendar, 2015 will be as packed as 2014 has been for me.
Nice. Cool. Well, as I said, this is Christopher Zabella.
Yep.
Said it right that time. And you need to check out his books. There's Dead Letters from Boom. You can check out Ghost. Ghost is Dark Horse. Yeah. And then also right now, we've got the whole Fire and Stone thing going on over at Dark Horse. And you can check out his part at the Aliens versus Predator. And then, of course, Escape from New York, one of John Carpenter's all-time, one of my favorite movies from John Carpenter. And, well, it's Kurt Russell. How can you not?
Yep.
And meanwhile, before that comes out, you can also check out Big Trouble in Little China, which is also beautiful.
Agreed.
Well, thank you for speaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very
And
much.
again, it's Ronnie, Christopher Sabella, and we're at Jet City Comedy Show. See you guys later.